I was probably here around about 3.
Okay.
Yeah. Because I just come out every now and then around my boy. I was riding because there's the mechanic shop up there.
Okay.
I was going to come through here because that's leads out where that is. But I seen him, and then I seen this woman, she was walking down, so I told her to call you guys. Yeah, so I told her to call you guys. Then I went to get some help from different people, and that's all I know about it. He was laying there like that when I got here, and that's all I know about it.
So you've not seen anyone near him, or you've seen him laying there, has he?
Okay. Okay. Can I just take your name?
So just to confirm, you've been riding along here around 3ish.
Yeah.
Was it 3 bang on, or was it after 3? Because it's now
Can't really remember, but it was around the
near to 4. You've then seen the lady in
3 mark. Okay. No, I've seen him, and then as I was looking around, I didn't touch him because that could put me in that case.
Okay.
But I was seeing her, she was walking there. So then, yes, so I came and told her to call the police, and then I went and got him, and then him.
Okay.
So the day Leo was murdered, we now know that the boy involved had previously tried to assault another lone female who was walking in the park. He was interrupted during that attack and fled. However, he continued to ride his bike around the park, and the pattern of behaviour that emerged looking back at other offences is that it would appear he was hunting for another victim. And I use that word deliberately because that's the behaviour that was demonstrated from watching the footage. After he'd tried to assault the first female, he then comes across Leo Ross, who was a 12-year-old boy walking home from school. By all accounts, Leo was a lovely boy, had never been involved with the police before, no bad reports from school or anything like that, no record that he was in trouble with anyone or had any kinds of disagreements with anyone at all. In particular, he didn't know the boy involved, and they'd never had any kind of disagreement or met each other before, so it's a completely random and unprovoked attack. It would appear that the boy responsible has approached Leo and has stabbed him once to the stomach, caused him a catastrophic injury which he couldn't survive. After doing so, he's then discarded the knife that was used. He's thrown it into a river, which is near to the scene where Leo was stabbed, and he's then gone and alerted another person to the attack as if he's just come across it himself, so pretending that he was just an innocent member of the public. He's then seen on officers' body-worn video when the emergency services arrive, loitering in the background, watching what's going on, and that seems to be his pattern of behaviour, is that he likes to watch the chaos unfold of his own actions, and enjoys seeing sort of the consequences of what he's done. In his police interview, he gave no account, so he didn't answer any questions, but he has pleaded guilty now, so he's admitted his guilt and responsibility. However, we don't have any detail behind why he's done this. We were able to, as part of the investigation, look back at other incidents in that park, and in the 2 days prior, he's attacked other people who were on their own. They were both female, both more elderly women who were walking in the park on their own, and he's attacked them both in unprovoked attacks, causing serious injuries, and again on one of those occasions has raised the alarm, pretending not to be involved, and again watching the emergency services arrive. It was accumulation of these 3 days worth of attacks that we were able to confirm the identity and look at the description of the boy involved. So always in dark clothing, with his hood up, always riding a bike, and about 14, 15 years of age. So that description matched the person on each of these incidents, and on the 3rd day, officers became suspicious of the boy, who was observing and watching the paramedics working on Leo, because he matched the description from the 2 prior days and the previous assaults, and it was that led to his formal identification and then to his arrest. What it demonstrates is someone who has a need to carry out extreme acts of violence. Why he needs to do that, I don't know. Only he can answer that. There is nothing in his history which would suggest that he was capable of doing something of this level. That's not to say he had a perfect childhood. Yes, there were issues there, but nothing which would obviously demonstrate that he was such a danger to the public. This was unprecedented, a completely shocking incident, as were all of the connected incidents. To see this sort of chaos evolve over the 3 days, tragically culminating in Leo's death. So He was known to police. That's not to say he had an extensive criminal record. He was known to police, but again, certainly not to the extent that this could have been predicted, or that it would have been obvious that he was capable of doing something of this nature. In terms of missed opportunities, each investigation has been subject of review by West Midlands Police and any learning identified and fed back to the officers involved. They're struggling, as you'd expect. This is an extremely difficult time for them. Obviously, it's a good thing that the boy who did this has accepted his wrongdoing and is going to plead, or has pleaded guilty. But it makes it no easier to accept that this was just needless, and there was no motivation for it. He didn't try and rob Leo of anything. Indeed, he didn't try and rob any of the other victims either. It was violence purely for violence's sake.